I'm very happy to be talking to Ms. Jasna Matic. She is the Serbian Minister of Telecommunications Information Society. Welcome, Ms. Matic.
Hello.
First of all, you are in the process in Serbia of liberalising, privatising your fixed telephone network. Now, why? Because you've already got a liberalised market in the mobile telephone network. Why has it worked out like that?
It took a while. I can't really speak for my predecessors. I've been working on it since I became a minister 2 years ago, and we liberalized the fixed market some 7 months ago. We issued the second license, and now we're in the process of privatizing our state-owned telecom operator.
It's an issue across the world, but this is the switch over from analog to digital, and digital has so many things going for it. You have a digital dividend, which means that you have a larger spectrum available. What are the issues you're currently going through this transition, this switch over from analog to digital? How is that going in Serbia?
The biggest question for us is that we have a number of TV and radio stations, and the whole spectrum is overcrowded. So we really have no maneuvering space, and we can't go region by region because there's nothing to move to. So we'll have to make a one-day switch off, which in our case is planned for April 4, 2012, and that takes a lot of preparation. You obviously cannot have any testing to see if it works or not.
So that's quite a white-knuckle ride, isn't it? Because you've got quite a short time to go, and also you've opted for an immediate switch off from analog to digital. How are people coping with the changeover? Because obviously you're having to make your plans now.
Bigger stations are very eager to offer new services to their viewers. Smaller stations are rather concerned about the costs and the equipment, whether they can get it. The biggest project for us is to come up with the new network for broadcasting the programs. The way the whole Europe does, you have a single network that offers broadcasting services to everybody who has a license for broadcasting TV program. So we now need to separate that part from our television, the state-owned television, the public service, and we have done that, and they now need to refurbish, so to speak, their network. And
from the receiver's end, I know that it's often a big issue that the consumers are asked to make an initial outlay, a set-top box, etc., in order to receive that signal. Is the government helping them in any way to do that?
Yes, our plan is to help the citizens that currently are within some kind of social support system to acquire these set-top boxes for them, and then the rest of us will cope the way we can.
Now, telecommunications is not usually an area that we would consider to be something that is involved in international conflict. However, this is coming across your desk at the moment. Just over the last month, things have heated up in Kosovo. Could you describe to us what the situation is and how you would see this problem being resolved?
The situation is rather complicated. As you know, Kosovo has declared its independence unilaterally, but has not been recognized as an independent state by the UN, rather by the UN's Security Council's Declaration 1244. It is under temporary rule of the United Nations. And as we all know here in the ITU, the telecommunications are always within the competence of sovereign states. So there can be no discussion about that. What we have seen past month is that the Albanian forces and organizations have tried to take over the telecommunication competence for them, despite the presence of the UN's forces and also the EU presence over there. So the result of that is that the people living there did not have telecommunication services for a while, which in their situation where personal security is at stake is very complicated. It really adds additional burden to their lives, and the quality deteriorated.
So you're most worried about the ethnic Serbs who are living in Kosovo, and you would like some sort of guarantee that they do have access to communications?
I think as increasingly so countries around the world, and especially in Europe, recognize access to telecommunication as a basic human right, that needs to be guaranteed to all the citizens in Kosovo, despite of their ethnic background.
And how do you see this panning out? Are you going to sit down and talk with the powers that be, or how do you see this developing in the next few months?
Serbia has decided to protect its own competence and its own right, obeying all the international laws and in all possible peaceful ways. So this is what we will do in the area of telecommunications also.